Have you ever walked away from a conversation, feeling like you said everything, yet somehow still lost? That tight knot in your throat, the one that makes you question your strength, as if every word spoken pulled you further from who you are. Maybe you're surrounded by loud voices, people who interrupt, mock, dominate, arrogance disguised as confidence. And maybe, deep down, you believed that staying silent was weakness, that not reacting meant surrender, that not defending yourself was losing. But what if everything you've been told about silence is a lie? What if I told you that true power has never been in the words you speak, but in the ones you withhold? Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most misunderstood thinkers in history, saw through the illusion. He realized something few have the courage to face. Those who speak too much reveal too much. Those who argue to convince have already lost. The world teaches you to fight, to explain yourself, to defend every idea like it's a battle for survival. But nature teaches something more dangerous, more elegant, more lethal: silence. Not as absence, but as presence, as strategy, as power. This video is for those of you who feel ignored, who leave conversations feeling invisible, for those who try to keep peace, while others take advantage of your calm. You think your silence means submission. But today, we rewrite that belief. Because silence, real silence, is not surrender. It is dominance. Why do we feel the need to prove ourselves? To correct? To respond? Because we've been conditioned to believe truth must be defended. But Nietzsche saw this differently. He believed the need to justify yourself is the first sign of weakness. That behind every argument lies a fragile ego, desperate to protect itself. Because if it's questioned, it shatters. When you argue, you're not defending truth. You're defending your identity. And that, Nietzsche said, is the trap. Nietzsche spoke of a new kind of human, the Übermensch, the one who rises above herd mentality, who creates his own values, who does not need to shout to be heard. The Übermensch commands without noise. He disturbs without speaking. He dominates without lifting a finger. Because his silence is not empty. It is presence. While others try to win arguments, the Übermensch wins without entering the ring. His silence becomes a mirror, and that mirror forces others to face their own noise. Psychologists now confirm what Nietzsche already knew. Silence disarms. It destabilizes. It destroys the illusions people hide behind. Silence triggers fear. Not because you said nothing, but because you didn't say what they expected. In arguments, people want control. They want your reaction to validate their importance. But when you stay silent, they lose control. Their mind scrambles to fill the void. Is he judging me? Did he see through me? Why isn't he responding? And in that silence, they collapse. If you want to master the art of silence, you must train yourself like a warrior. Here's how. Step 1. Be silent when everything in you wants to speak. This is the battlefield. This is your test. The need to explain is a leash. Cut it. Step 2. Observe like a predator. Don't listen to respond. Listen to reveal. Step 3. Let the pause grow. Tension is power. Let it build. Let them unravel. Step 4. Be unpredictable. Silence makes you unreadable. The unreadable are untouchable. But make no mistake, this is not passivity. This is presence. This is strategy. Because sometimes silence isn't power, it's pain. Not all silence is chosen. Sometimes it's forced. Sometimes it's the silence of someone used, manipulated, conditioned to believe their voice doesn't matter. And that's where Nietzsche draws the line. Submission is not strength. Avoiding conflict isn't always wisdom. Sometimes it's fear, dressed in false virtue. The Übermensch doesn't stay silent to keep the peace. He stays silent because he is the peace. Because when you master silence, you no longer react to the world. You shape it. This silence does not shrink. It expands. It commands. It reigns. So now I ask you, how many times have you been silenced? Not by others, but by your own fear of being misunderstood. Enough. It's time for your silence to change its tone. Let it no longer be the silence of fear, but the silence that makes others listen. Comment below, I choose the silence that commands respect. Let the world see your shift. This is the untold truth, where silence speaks louder than words, and the wise know exactly when to use it.